Hey guys, so for our PVM winner of the guide competition, we have a soloing Sara GWD's guide with melee commentary by Yamurp. So I hope you guys enjoy, and here you go.
Hey everybody, it's John here, and this is going to be my guide for soloing Sara GWD with Melee. I haven't really seen many guides, if any, on doing this, so I thought I'd make this. And so what you're looking at right now is my typical gear setup. I've been there quite a few times with this setup, and I find it works pretty well. I will write in the description the suitable replacements, maybe possible upgrades, things like that. If you have any questions to any piece of the gear, feel free to ask me. The shield, I will mention, if obviously like wear something like a divine if you have it, but I found that the shield, having that, can prolong the kills by quite a bit. So you may want to try a couple trips with a dragon defender and see how that does for you, because the kills will be sped up by quite a bit, and you may find that the quicker kills overweigh the extra damage you take due to lack of a shield. And the boots, obviously, they aren't really necessary. If you have them, that's great. Otherwise, dragon boots will do. And the rest of the gear is pretty much self-explanatory. I don't use Bandos because most of the damage you're going to be taking is from Zilly, and she uses melee attacks. And Bandos is really strong against range, but Barrow's armor suits much better against melee, so I'd suggest going with Guthin's Plate Body, Varric's Plate Skirt setup. And next we'll look at the inventory. Overloads, obviously. You're going to want more brews than you are going to have prayer restoring potions, such as super restores, super prayers. Bring quite a few super restores, because you'll find at some points you might brew a lot, and it's good to offset that with a super restore. Bring, 1, 2 super prayers, maybe a prayer restoration pot. And bones to peaches. That is a lot of good food, because each time you get a kill on Zilly and the minions, that's 4 bones. 4 peaches, that's what, 4 times 8, 320 life points for free right there. Definitely cash in on that. If you have a Yak and a Unicorn, you can assume to be there for about 5 overloads. And remember, you're going to want more brews than you do bring super restores and super prayers, because there is prayer drops and there's food drops there, so you'll be resupplied most likely during the trip. As you can see, I'm an Ooglog. I'm not really going to go over that right now, but I would suggest going to Ooglog before any boss trip. It always helps. And as for why I'm using the CLS over, say, the Chaotic Maul or something, I'll put a link to a video I did before where I tested the Chaotic Rapier, Chaotic Maul, and Chaotic Longsword against each other. And you can check that out. Alright guys, now you can see me getting kill count. This is a pretty easy process. I only have a Sara item. It's easier if you bring a Zami item, you can kind of AFK it more, but if you bring only a Sara item, you get to pay a bit more attention. But as you can see, it's pretty easy to kill them. Just hide behind the Sara creatures when they're getting attacked, kill them, run around, and it's really that simple. This is like the first spot. It's a bit quicker than the second one. And now I'll skip to the second one. And this is on the second floor. And you pretty much just stay on this one side that I'm on and attack things that are already in combat. It's pretty simple. And now we'll get to the part everyone's been waiting for, the boss fight. Alright guys, boss time. So we're going to start off by taking a sip of overload. Make sure you do that. Don't forget to turn your aura on. I often do. Set up your quick prayers, deflect magic, turmoil, protect item, or just do the regular prayer ones like I do. And so we're going to go in and stop. We're going to go over the strategy really quick, guys. So that's a picture of the south wall, which we'll be using primarily, and those arrows indicate that you're going to be walking along it in each way. And what we're going to do is we're going to get her on that wall, and we're going to keep walking into her, so she's essentially stuck on top of us and come out and attack whenever we get a chance, every 5 ticks with a CLS. So now we're going to go in there, and let's watch the lair happen. So I'm going to bring her over to the wall, and I'm going to run to the other side so she's following me, turn my run off, and then I'm going to walk into her, attack, and walk into her again, wait a bit, attack again once I know my CLS can attack, and pretty much just continue this. Once you get into the corner, you'll see that she turns like that, and you just keep walking her. It's a pretty simple process. You just keep repeating the strategy, and don't forget about your spec weapon. Make sure to use it as often as possible. And be careful about your life points. Sometimes you can get comboed pretty hard and really fast, because don't forget she can attack at the rate of darts, I believe, on rapid. So keep your HP around 600 life points, I'd say. That's around like a safety net, and it's low enough so if your overload happens to run out, you get a lot of life points back nevertheless. In this first kill, you're going to see me hit kind of crappy with the Chaotic Long. I got unlucky. It happens. Like all RuneScape, it's somewhat based off luck. Sometimes you're going to have those awesome kills where you hit like every time and you get like a 300, 400 hit, and it's like, oh my god, that's awesome. Other times you keep hitting zeros and it sucks, but this is one of those zeros kills. You might also want to consider the Dragon Defender here, because you will hit a lot more, and sometimes it can outweigh the damage you take in return. So I'd say go a couple runs with both setups, test out what you have. I mean, if you have like a Divine, though, I think the Divine will outwin for the length of a trip, but the kills will be a bit slower. So as you can see, the kill's still going pretty smooth. I've only used, what, 2 brews so far, so that's not too much at all. Haven't really had to use any prayer stuff, maybe 1 dose of Super Restore. And it's pretty simple. Just have to keep your inventory management skills high, as in, like, what to keep, what not to keep. If it's a crap drop, don't waste the inventory space picking it up, because once you kill all the minions, you need to pick up all the bones for Bones to Peaches. That's just going to slow you down dropping stuff and picking it back up. I mean, obviously, the more expensive drops, definitely pick those up. And so once you kill Zilly, which I'm about to, you're going to have to start killing the minions. So for that, I would suggest the order of Starlight, then Bree, and then Growler. During this, you can take off your Protect item prayer as long as you keep your HP relatively high, because nothing's like imminently going to kill you, unless you get really, really unlucky. So you can take off Protect item to save a tiny bit of prayer points. You might want to leave on Piety or Turmoil if you really want to speed up the minion kills. Primarily want a low population world. If you have a low population world, you shouldn't need to kill them that fast that you need Piety or Turmoil. But if you're on a higher population world, which you preferably shouldn't be, you may need it to kill them in time to be able to use the altar. And make sure you keep Protect Magic on, that way Growler can't hurt you. And it's a pretty simple process. There's the chance that one of the minions drops a Sara Sword. Obviously, it's a bit more rare than Zilly dropping one, but I have actually gotten one solo off Starlight, I think it was. So that's pretty simple. And make sure when you're killing the minions, like if you're killing Starlight, keep running with Starlight as you attack it in between attacks closer to Bree. So right when you kill Starlight, that's just like 1 second saved on killing Bree. And then from Bree, you just go to Growler, kill him, and if you can use the altar, that's great. And use it, and remember that's every 10 minutes, and then go back, pick up whatever drops. If you got food drops, go for bones first, that's important. And once you do that, you just kind of sit in the corner, wait for the next kill. And if you're really lucky with timing, your overload might actually run out in between kills, in which you can do that trick where you drink the overload and log out. I'm not sure if that's against the rules. That's a gray area to me. So do it at your own discretion, I guess. And so you just sit here, and the next kill I'll just speed up so you guys can see an example of a second kill. It's primarily the same thing. Get to the wall, get her behind you, start walking, and she's essentially sort of trapped and lured, whatever you want to call it. And then you just keep attacking her. So it's a really simple process once you get the hang of it. It can be dangerous sometimes. I've seen the combos where I get hit like a 500 instantly because the minions and her, it all just happens to sync up at the right time. But it's a pretty simple process. Remember to use the Dragon Claws. Spec restores. That's definitely something you want to consider. Sometimes they can speed up the kills by quite a bit. But you have to outweigh it. Is it worth sacrificing the brew or the super restore? And I'd also recommend a BGS as a spec weapon, possibly. I would say, if you get a big hit with a BGS, you're going to kill her extremely fast. Her defense goes down a lot if you get a big hit, and you're going to notice how speedy that kill is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully it helps some soloers out there, and good luck getting drops, guys. See you later.
Alright, Yamurp, thank you for that awesome guide. Alright guys, feel free to click any of the annotation links on your screen right now, go to his channel, say thanks for the guide, or say congrats on winning the PVM part of the competition, or click the subscribe button up there in the middle. Make sure you stay updated on all the newest and best guides that come out, and that is it for all of the guide competition uploads. The guide competition is finally over with the uploads. I'll make a video this week for you guys on who's going to be the overall winner, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.